actually haven't turned on the camera to vlog in, I want to say like 2 weeks now. The first week being that I was extremely sick, and then the second week being dealing with like the biggest tragedy of my entire life. Side note, I also want to say I deal with emotions through humor, so if you see me smirking, if you see me talking about this tragedy as if it ain't no thing, I'm lying. This is masking. This is just posturing, okay? I don't know how to deal with my emotions when they're this intense, so this is me right now. I thought I would actually reorganize my notebooks with you today. So I have probably too many Paper Republic journals. These are just like my loves, like truly the love of my life when it comes to stationery. I have been such a stationery fiend my entire life, and I think discovering these were just, they had changed my world. They rocked my world. They changed my life. I'm so happy that I have them, but they're a bit of a mess right now because I just haven't really figured out like how I want to organize between these individual covers, because there are a bunch of notebooks like inside of them. So I thought I would maybe do that with you on camera today so you can kind of see how I've been organizing my notebooks, what notebooks I've been using, and then it gives me an opportunity to like reorganize these as well. So I think that's the plan. I'm really truly taking my days like step by step at this point because I'm really trying to remember how to be a human. So yeah, let's go over these. I thought I would set up my little mic so that I can set the camera further away and you can still hear me, but let's go through these. So the notebook that I kind of want to add into here is this one. I actually got this in Berlin, I believe. I think that it is a German brand. I'm pretty sure the brand is Sect, but it's just like a really simple little planner. I actually haven't used like a physical planner in a while, and this year I thought I would maybe test out using a physical planner again. So there is this like year at a glance view, which I liked, the monthly view, and then the weekly views, but I just thought this was really cute, like specifically the design of it and then the simplicity of the actual planning pages. So I want to incorporate this into my like covers somehow. Quick rundown of what I'm currently using the covers for. This burgundy one is my daily, or like, yeah, my journal, my diary. So there's just one notebook in here. I don't love that there's just one notebook in here, but the reason it's this way is because this notebook is actually not that great of a fit for the cover. So if I add in any other notebooks, they start to stick out. But I mean, I don't know what I would really put into here. Like maybe my Italian journal would be the other notebook that I would put in here, because that's something that is also like diary and journal related. In my second portfolio cover, this one really I want to use more as like a planner, as like a work notebook in a way. So right now I have this cute card cover that I decorated with a bunch of stickers as well as some photos of me and one of my besties. I have a notebook in here for planning for like the girls mastermind that I created. I have my business ideas notebook, and then I actually have my commonplace notebook in here right now, which I'm thinking about moving. So that's this portfolio, and then the other two I have are Grand Voyageurs, aka they are the covers without any like pockets in the front. So I have a pocket one, a pocket size one that just has like a scratch pad, like a to-do list notebook, and then an ideas notebook. So I just bring this everywhere with me. And then this guy currently kind of acts as like a creative notebooks. It contains my Artist Way notebook that I've been tracking my Artist Way progress. I do have my Italian journal in here right now, which I think I'll move. And then I have a perfume notes journal that I started, which I don't actually use much right now, so I don't know. Okay, let's see if I can fit maybe my Italian journal into this one. Yeah, I think that's fine. So this will still act as my diary journal cover. I don't think there's any way that I could have my planner along with my commonplace notebook. Like, I think those two have to be separate, which kind of makes it not work. The thing about my current commonplace notebook is because I'm using the Look Term notebook, they don't fit in the Grand Voyageurs, which is quite frustrating. Like, do you see how much that sticks out? That does not bring joy. So it kind of has to stay within the cover. Okay, I don't think I have a choice. I think that this has to remain as is, and my planner has to remain out of my covers. But I think having my Italian journal in my diary one does make sense. Keeping this as like the creative one does make sense. I guess we're leaving them. I think that's as good as they're going to get for now. My lovely, lovely notebooks. I feel like there's definitely more stuff that I need to like slowly reorganize and figure out a better flow for. So I probably will try to do a little bit of that this week. My goal really is just to have like as gentle of a productive week as I possibly can. I'm gonna head out to go for a little walk, plus I need to mail out some parcels. And I do want to see if there's anything at the post office for me. But before I go, I wanted to show you my new little gadget that I got. I was completely influenced by honestly like Chinese vloggers on Xiaohongshu or Red, which is a Chinese social media platform. But I am actually selling my GoPro Hero Black because I just feel like it did what I wanted to do, and honestly the quality of that is a lot better than the Insta360. However, it just requires too many bells and whistles to get it to like be in the placements that I need it to. I mean, don't get me wrong, this camera also has all of these different like mounts and stuff that you can use, or that you have to use in order to use it in certain ways. But at the end of the day, the fact that it's magnetic and the fact that even this alone is magnetic is pretty sweet. So really it's just gonna be like a secondary vlog camera for me. I did actually own one of these before, and I do like that the new model has the little flip up screen if you want to vlog. So it comes with that, this mount which you can use on a tripod, or you can have the little sticky mount on, so you can stick this onto pretty much like any surface and it'll stay. And then the other two mounts that it does come with are this one, which is a like hat mount. So if you have a ball cap, you can clip the ball cap onto here, and then this sits like that. Or you can also use the necklace mount. This is actually a really cool mount. So the string pulls out and then you can wear it as like a necklace, and then this acts kind of like a magnet for your camera, and you stick it on there and it just sticks. So the pendant itself acts like the magnetic mount, and I think that this is probably one of the cooler mounts that the camera has, because you're really able to get like POV shots. I thought I would actually take this little camera with me on my walk, as well as me running some errands, so that I can give it a good test to see what it's going to look like. I am going to put, actually I think this is like way too big. Okay, I found a much smaller tripod that I have, but I think it'll be a good opportunity for me to play around with it. But also, if you have been eyeing the Insta360 Go 3S, then you can see some test footage as well. So let's go do that. When the sun comes out in the winter time, but every time the sun comes out, I swear it feels colder. newsletter article on my favorite things of 2024. It is quite interesting, like going back and looking at all the stuff I consumed, all the things that I loved. I did write at the beginning of my notebook all the books that I read in 2024, as well as a rating for them. I do use Goodreads as well to keep track of all the books, but there's something about writing it down that feels really, really good. And then something I learned from Melissa is to actually highlight the books that I enjoyed the most, aka my favorite books. So I started doing that as well. And so here's my list for 2024. I didn't end up reaching my goal of 50 books. I read 30 books last year. So I reset that goal for this year. I'm still working through this journal, so instead of having it at the front of the journal, I put it at the very back so I could still reach it easily. But I started my books I read in 2025, shows and movies I watched in 2025, and then a wish list. I do want to start just kind of keeping more lists in my physical journals. Just so when I'm looking back, I can also see like what those years really were like as far as my consumption and like just everything that I did that year. Having it all together in my journal just kind of feels like the right place for it. So anywho, I'm gonna go through that list, and the article that I'm trying to write right now will cover all my nonfiction book favorites, fiction book favorites, music favorites, movie favorites, show favorites, like content, so like my favorite content creators maybe, and then some of my favorite content pieces that I created this year will also go there. If you want to read this list, I will be sending it out via newsletter, but you can also find it in my newsletter archives at coffeeswithangel.com. Most of my like more personal related articles and newsletters all go there, and then more of like my, I don't know, productivity career ones go to feelgoodstudios.co. So that's where you can find all my writing. I'm gonna get started on this because I definitely want to like complete this list today and not drag it on anymore. I also made some tea I've been loving. This is so like such a small silly thing, but this specific tea steeper tool from David's Tea. I'm sure there's a lot of brands that make these sort of tea steeper tools where it sits at the mouth of your mug, but I don't know, it's like the easiest thing to use, especially compared to some of the other tea steepers I used to use. So easy to clean. I'm drinking I think it's called milky oolong or creamy oolong tea. David's Tea also has a really good one of these teas, but I got mine from, I forget the name, but like a really small local tea shop in my area.
I'll describe it first, and then we will do the breathwork practice together. You will breathe in through the nose for a few counts, filling up your lungs.
I've been really trying to focus on getting back into somewhat of a routine and really just learning how to take care of my body this year. I think that's one of my biggest intentions of the year, is actually learning to listen to my body, give it what it needs, both like food wise and exercise wise and mindfulness, like spirituality wise, because I started the practice of meditating every morning right at the end of last year, and it was something that I was actually getting pretty consistent in, but then I had that major life event happen at the right at the tail end of the year, literally the last few days, and that really threw me off kilter. It was a reset in a way because it just made me turn everything off, like all of my routine. I wasn't even having coffee in the mornings anymore. It was a bit of a mess. So I think now that I am slowly getting back to a place where I can actually start to do some of my regular routines, I'm trying to like be really cautious about what habits I let back into my life and what habits I maybe want to like consider not keeping in my life. And so this is one of the routines that I definitely want to like maintain over the course of 2025 is meditating every morning. I think it's just such a nice way to start my day. It really helps me kind of like build better mental resilience, but also keeps the stress and anxiety at bay. I think that the days that I don't do it, I definitely sometimes feel like I'm going into my day a lot more flustered. And I think just knowing that I can sort of ground myself in the morning with my breath. I'm actually going to have a city day today, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to see my friend Janice. We're going to have a nice healthy dinner. But before that, I want to go to Legree. I booked a noon class, so I do need to leave like soon-ish. It's 9:49. I think I'm gonna leave at like 10:30. I do also want to find a cute cafe to sit at and get some work done, specifically some writing done. I am trying to be like more cautious about batching my work and having like writing days, filming days, editing days. So today will be a writing day and a planning day, and then I look forward to my little quality time with Janice. I think I'm gonna spend the remainder of my time at home doing a little bit of reading while I finish my coffee, and then I'm gonna pack up and get going. Grabbed a change of clothes, got my book and laptop and all that good stuff. Alright, let's go to the city. Oh my god, I went into this little Italian like cafe, food spot, market spot to see if they had San Marzano tomatoes. They didn't. However, I found a cream cornetto. I've been missing this since I left Milan. Let's see if it's as yummy. I haven't gotten to the cream yet. Hold up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was amazing. Okay, if you're ever craving a Nutella cornetto or a cream cornetto, go to Mercato di Luigi. So good. They also have pasta, which I might come back and try, because I always feel like the spots that are smaller and kind of like make their pastas fresh every day are obviously going to be the yummiest. So yeah, that was a cute little find. I'm happy about that. Here